From the Limbi tobacco selling floors, hello and welcome to this week's edition of the program Business Time. This is a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. My name is William Kumwembe. In the program today, 1 week on, we look at how the 2023 tobacco selling season has started and also what the future holds for the market and the leaf that is still being touted as Malawi's green god. Also in the program, we look at prospects for growing rice exports for Malawi. That's inside Business Time. Hello and welcome. In our main story in the program today, Malawi remains an agrarian economy and tobacco remains predominantly the main export crop, raking in substantial amount in as far as forex is concerned. But over the years, both volume and value of tobacco has been going down due to several factors, including harsh weather conditions as well as the anti-smoking campaign on the global market. Now, last week, President Lazarus Chakwera opened the 2023 selling season. We are here at the Limbi auction floors to find out how the market has started this week, but at the same time to look at the situation from a national perspective, as both Lilongwe and Chinkoma auction floors were also opened last week. As it appears a foregone conclusion, tobacco industry has remained volatile in the past decade. Both volume and value has been dropping in the past 10 years, mainly due to 2 or 3 factors. The first being the harsh weather conditions, which has been affecting output in the country. As if that is not enough, due to the anti-smoking campaign, the country has been experiencing some challenges in as far as trading of tobacco is concerned. Prices have been also volatile in the past 10 years due to several other factors on the market. But we are here at the Limbi auction floors where the market for 2023 has just commenced. We caught up with some of the farmers to have a feel of what they have experienced this far and what they anticipate going forward.
I started tobacco farming in 2002. This year, I've grown not less than 1 hectare, and I'm expecting 15 bales.
I started tobacco farming in the year 2000. Tobacco sales have started well today as the highest price offered is $260. We hope this will continue.
Ineyo ndishamiona mulikiti ndachoka kwa nyambi kwa nkwepere. Ndakhala ndikulima fodi ya zaka zambiri mbiri. Ndakhala ndikugulisa ku auction konkuno. Ndi kumapoona kuti nsika umene wayambira chaka chino.
I have been in tobacco farming for many years. This year's selling season has started well. We hope this will not change.
80 cents apakutigula 150. Fodi ya woti sana limitongena ya pasi pa pano wayamba bwino. Moti izi kuti zipitirire ndi kuti alimi tikhala olimba ndiponso tikhala otukuka. Kuona kuti ndi mmene zipangizo za ulimi zakwerera ndi mmene ayambira nsika wapa fe tingothokoza kuti ango upitirire. Taona chaka chatha mmene unayambira nsika zaka zambuyo mukhala kulikulira. Koma ulendo ono nsika wayamba bwino. Limene wayambira mukuti ukakha kuti usasinde ndi kuti alimi ndi zimene alowesa mu ulimi zituluka.
Now, at the beginning of each season, there is always optimism that prices would be better, especially on the first day where farmers are offered better prices. Like, for instance, here at the Limbi auction floors on day 1, farmers were offered as high as $2.60, which is slightly higher than the case was on the first day last year, and also relatively higher compared to first day at Chinkoma and Lilongwe auction floors. Now, the question is always, would this be sustained through to the end of the marketing season? This is one question we asked to officials from the government, specifically the Principal Secretary in the Ministry of Agriculture.
Indeed, that has been an issue. That's why I mentioned that we'll be getting reports every week from the authorities that control, but also the Auction Holdings Limited, to see how the prices are proceeding. If they're not going to be in favor of farmers, we are going to intervene. If they're going to be in favor of farmers, we'll be very happy, and we will encourage the buyers to continue that way. Yeah, what we're saying is going below minimum prices is actually against the law. Minimum prices are supposed to be set against the law. So when the prices are low, we're going to talk to the buyers, and the prices are high, we're going to engage both to continue like that. The tobacco bill is meant to help farmers benefit and also protect them in terms of the prices that they get from their tobacco sales. It's not finalized yet, but it's going to be finalized soon.
When all is said and done, the farmer remains the key stakeholder in the tobacco supply chain. And one of the things that farmers have been asking for is to be involved from the onset in as far as setting the prices is concerned.
What I've seen in the market, I've seen something new, because here in the southern region, many farmers have been affected by the cyclone Fred, and the color of tobacco was not supposed to be like what we have seen today. As well as even to buyers. Buyers have bought very, very good prices for the tobacco. So I can urge the buyers that they should continue buying as they have been buying today, and don't concentrate buying on the minimum price only, but they need to add something on top of minimum. As a trust, we continue to ask buyers to offer good prices, because producing tobacco, it's a high job. You know, more especially what I've already said in the southern region, that many farmers have been affected by cyclone Fred. It has been a tough job producing a good leaf as we have seen in the floors. So it's my plea to tobacco buyers, please try to offer good prices so that these farmers should go back to the field come next year. Yeah, with the quality I'm very impressed, very much, because I've been coming here the first day like this one almost four seasons ago. But the color I've seen today for tobacco, even the grading itself, even the quality itself, it's very good. And I recommend farmers from these parts of southern region to produce a good leaf as what we have seen here.
With market trends changing, the narrative is also changing. There is hope and optimism that the country would continue to grow tobacco, according to the Tobacco Commission, until the last cigarette is smoked. Now, while forex from tobacco has been dwindling each passing year, in the country, there's been growing mismatches between supply and demand for forex, pushing commentators and experts to have no option but reinvent the discussion over diversity. Rice is one of the potential crops, and experts say if Malawi invests heavily in production of rice, there could be a chance for a substantial export market for the commodity. This was said in Lilongwe when experts discussed the need to invest substantially in production of the commodity.
Speaking in Lilongwe during a rice marketing conference, AICC Chief Executive Officer Driana Luanda said there is growing demand for Malawi rice on the international market due to, among other things, its aromatic characteristics.
Rice has the potential to bring in more foreign earnings, in the sense that our rice is very aromatic, and it's also something that is liked outside the country. So unfortunately, as a country, our concentration on rice is mostly for the domestic market, because even the current production is not enough to export.
Rice Development Trust Vice Chairperson Ibrahim Benesi said the marketing of rice in Malawi continues to be hampered by a number of factors, including lack of structured markets.
It's haphazard. That's how I can describe it, because everyone is doing is what they want, and the things are not organized because the market is not even structured. So when the market is not structured, then there isn't, you are not organized.
Hara Rice Cooperative Chairperson Ande Nyirenda described the conference as critical in boosting the rice subsector in the country.
By the title itself, it's called Rice Marketing Conference, which is very important because as rice growers and processors, we really need to come together and see how we can create a structured market and profitable market for us. So it has brought together the processors and the producers, which means it's a good platform.
Malawi has potential of producing rice on 500,000 hectares, but currently the country is only utilizing 100,000 hectares.
While Malawi continues to grapple to generate enough forex for sustainability and growth of the economy, one of the sure ways through which the country has been surviving over the years is debt. However, experts feel debt has never been sustainable and has brought no tangible impact to growth of the economy. A recent study by Oxfam, Economics Association of Malawi and Luana, suggests that debt has not brought a tangible and significant impact on economic growth. Our journalist, Daonga Sabola, attended the dissemination workshop through which the report was presented and caught up with some officials from there.
We were doing a study from the data we have from 1995 to 2021 as a nation of Malawi about the debt we've been procuring and whether this debt we've been procuring both domestically as well as externally has been assisting us as a country in terms of economic growth. So we are making a presentation on the relationship or the nexus between the debt we've been procuring and whether it has assisted us in terms of economic growth as a nation of Malawi.
So shed more light on the findings. What have you found out?
Okay, what we found out is that Malawi, we are going so much into debt as a nation. Since 2006, when we were, Malawi as a nation was forgiven the loans from the bilateral partners, the debt has been soaring tremendously each and every year, to an extent that as we're ending the 2021-2022 financial year, our debt was around 6.38 trillion, which is quite big because the previous year we were just so low, about 2 billion, around 2020 or 2018. Yeah, 2018 we were around 2.2 billion. And for it to soar to those heights is quite a thing which is precarious. We call it a precarious situation for the nation. Because as we now ending this year, last year, 2022, we were around 7 billion, which is quite huge. And vis-a-vis the economic development on the ground, it's not so much. It would have been a different case had it been the debt is growing so much, and at the same time on the ground there's a lot of economic growth. But the debt we're preparing is not reflecting in terms of economic growth on the ground in the Malawi nation. Our recommendation, we've got several recommendations, but the major recommendations is that probably we should come to a point that we should manage our debt to manageable levels. Recently, we've seen that the debt repayment plus the interest which we are paying on those debts is quite big, and it's even affecting the budget. Our annual budget is always into deficit because probably most of the funds are going towards the repayment of the debt as well as interest. So our recommendation is that we should lessen the debt. Our appetite for debt, probably we should manage that and maybe procure only debt which is there, quite pertinent maybe to handle a specific project.
Now, enhanced productivity and efficiency is one of the key pinnacles towards attaining the aspirations embedded in the Malawi 2063, precisely in the manufacturing industry. For Malawi to attain that, one key thing is ensuring standardization, and at the heart of it is the Malawi Bureau of Standards. Recently, the Bureau reallocated to its new state-of-the-art facility. I caught up with Bernard Tole, who is the new Director General, for an insight on how the Bureau is positioned to contribute towards the national economic development agenda, as well as ensuring that local manufacturers are as competitive in as far as the African Continental Free Trade Area is concerned.
There is consistent improvement in the service delivery because the new premises here has accorded us a larger area for installation of equipment. We did acquire a lot of new equipment which we could not install in the old premises due to limited space. But this space here has afforded us that opportunity, and therefore we have installed most of the new equipment, and therefore we are able to offer greater service, wider service than we were offering before.
Comparatively, what makes the new facility unique and competitive?
In fact, we rate well, very well, within the region because of the nature of the equipment that we have in this facility. We would, on average, be rating to number 3 and not more than that in Africa, particularly in the scopes in which we are able to test scientifically.
What would be the foreseen impact of having a facility like this in as far as competitive edge of local manufacturers and producers is concerned? I'm asking this question on the premise that Malawi is party to the African Continental Free Trade Area, which is a competitive market, so to speak, which means countries or producers in countries should have an edge to remain relevant. Having such a facility, what impact would it have to local producers and manufacturers?
Increased service delivery in standardization, focusing on business development. We want to support more. We already have started supporting micro, small and medium enterprises by providing training, by providing analysis of their products and certification of their services. Now, you know, certification requires a number of processes. Apart from sampling and the examination of the premises, we must also analyze the samples. Now, when we have, as we have now, wider scopes in which we can do the analysis, we are able, therefore, to assist more people, more Malawians in different business ventures than we were able to do before. And therefore, we can contribute better to supporting upcoming businesses. We also are able to support existing businesses in that the sampling and testing will be holistic. We will be able to analyze all the relevant parameters for each product. And that gives the businesses a competitive advantage in that as they are competing with the products, as their products are competing with products from other countries, their products will have been examined holistically, and our certification, therefore, will be based on a robust scientific basis that the product really meets the requirements. We will also be able to analyze products that are intended for export based on standards from the destination country. And different countries may have slight variations in their requirements. Now that we are able to do greater analysis, we will be able to analyze based on many standards depending on where we want to export the product. So that gives us a competitive edge as a country.
We are talking at a time when the country is implementing the Malawi 2063, the long-term development blueprint, and infrastructure development is one of the essential key things towards attaining these aspirations. How is Malawi Bureau of Standards positioned to contribute towards attaining the aspirations embedded in the long-term development plan?
We are very well positioned. In fact, in the business world, we are a very important, a key player in that apart from offering the measurement and testing, we are also offering capacity in training upcoming businesses. You may want to understand that we have an agreement with the SMEDI to assist the small and medium enterprises to begin, get off the ground and grow. So we know that we cannot just begin to inspect and examine their performance, but we first must give them capacity. So the Bureau of Standards is participating in offering the initial training in product development, processes development, and production. So we are participating in moving the country towards industrialization. Additionally, we also assist the small and medium enterprises in certification by offering them a subsidized rate towards certification. We are able to do that because our volume of testing has grown, and therefore our income base is also growing. We can therefore leverage on our growth and assist upcoming businesses. So this infrastructure is a very important development for the Bureau of Standards and also for the country at large, in that we have space for all the equipment that we have acquired and space for equipment that we also want to acquire. The good thing is that we also have built capacity, human capacity in testing, and we are continuing to build human capacity in testing and also in auditing.
As we speak, what is your impression in as far as adherence to standardization by or among producers and manufacturers is concerned? I'm asking this question because there have been some outcries or concerns to say it's limited to an extent to have access to standardized note or position. What is your impression in as far as adherence is concerned?
The Malawian products are doing well. The challenge that we have is with the illegally imported products. You know, products that are smuggled, they will not go through the rigorous examination by relevant regulatory authorities. And when we examine them, after they are already on the market, we notice that most of them fall far short of the minimum requirements. And this is the message that most consumers need to know, that our products, the Malawian products, are much better. Most of them are meeting the requisite standards compared to some imported products. We have imported products that are competing equally well with Malawian products, but the wrong notion that imported products are better is misplaced, it is wrong. Actually, we have more products that are much better in Malawi than imported products.
Last but not the least, how is such a facility with the infrastructure that you have just alluded to would help address the bottlenecks, technical in nature, that the Bureau has been facing lately in as far as saving both domestic and foreign clients is concerned?
Because of limited testing capacity, some test results were delayed. We would like to have the sample tested and the results delivered within 30 days from sampling to reporting to the client. But once in a while, we would go beyond the 30 days because, for instance, maybe we have one piece of equipment for a particular analysis. But now we have more than one for various analyses, and therefore we are able to meet our service charter. We are able to deliver on time.
Well, with that interview, we've also come to the end of today's edition of the program Business Time, a magazine program in which we bring you major business and economic news stories making headlines in the country. My name is William Kumwembe. Always remember, if it doesn't make money, then it doesn't make sense. Stay safe and bye for now.